do want to answer this question coming from Christian from the Discord group chat. If you guys do want to join our Discord group chat, there is going to be a link down below. All you have to do is accept the invite, ask some questions, and sometimes throughout the months, I do make a video based off the questions that you guys do put out. So for today, Christian, who is a long-time member of the Discord, he did ask this, and I quote, "I gotta ask, you said that you think Joan Laporta will want to make a star signing before the elections to make a statement. Do you believe this is a good idea? I mean, honestly, it would be a dream to have a star in the team such as Haaland or Leão or whoever, but we have positions in this squad that need to be looked at. We cannot rely on Gerard Martin to play the left back position in big games in case Balde ever goes injured. We have Fort, but he still hasn't really convinced Flick yet. We don't know when that will happen. We have Lamine playing the right wing position and being the undisputed starter. If we don't have him, we look dead in the attack. With this Nike deal being finished, we're gonna have some money, but won't it be a better idea for us to invest in players to fill in depth, such as the left back position, the right wing position, and probably even the left wing position? Right now, Rafinha is on fire, but he needs depth too. Lewandowski is going to retire soon. We all know this. We need a new striker soon as well, but I believe he's got one more season in him. I personally believe the money should be used to fill in depth for the most concerning positions. I think that's a good statement to me, that we are a club that can fill in plenty of positions. Then later we can make a star signing. What do you think? So first of all, bro, thank you for putting in this question, and your question does make a lot of sense compared to like all the other questions that I do get on X, right? But your question makes a lot of sense, and you do look like more concerned about the overall health of FC Barcelona and its sporting success over the, the big statement that Joan Laporta has to make in the next summer. So props to you. This is a very educated question, and I would love to answer your question. So first of all, you talk about the left back position. Yes, right now we do have Gerard Martin and Alejandro Balde, and it's true, right? Gerard Martin has not shown that he can be a definitive, reliable left back. Only Balde is owning that position. Gerard Martin, like when he plays, it's almost like playing suicide football. He does not know how to defend. He's not physically strong. He gets out-dueled by any player that he does face, and it's over. Like if Gerard Martin is there, he's the only one that underperforms, and we saw that in the past few games. And it is concerning, right? Because if Alejandro Balde is injured, then who is going to be our backup? And I understand that, yes, Hector Fort, like you have mentioned, he does play on the right back position and is the reinforcer to Jules Koundé. He can also play on the left back position and play in both positions very well. As a matter of fact, Hector Fort did give out 3 assists in the last season as a left back, so he can own the left back position if he wants to. But it does get a little concerning knowing that Hector Fort has to cover 2 positions. So who could be another alternative, another extra layer on top of our defense, right? I think that it is much more ideal to say that we should have Koundé and Hector Fort on the right back position, while on the left back position we should have Alejandro Balde and another reliable player besides Gerard Martin. Again, Hector Fort can always play in that position, but it's always good to have 2 definitive great left backs. And the one player that I think would fit perfectly into this team is Mikayil Faye. Mikayil Faye, yes, he does play as a center back, but he can also play as a left back. I don't necessarily believe that Barcelona should go out there and buy a brand new left back with their money. I believe that Barcelona already have the player that they do need, and that is Mikayil Faye. Now, keep in mind that if we want to bring him back, it's going to cost us 25 million euros. But if we do want to buy a brand new left back in Europe, it's going to be costing more than 25 million euros. And so I believe that Mikayil Faye is the cheapest option. Yes, we do have Alphonso Davies as an option because he is going to be a free agent in this upcoming summer, but there has been negotiations about Alphonso Davies renewing with Bayern Munich, and so I'm just going to stay away from that for now. Yes, Davies would be a great alternative to reinforcing the left back position, but he also demands high wages, which is around 20 to 25 million euros. He would easily rank into the top 3 or top 5 highest paid players in FC Barcelona. Do Barcelona have the financial capability to do that? We don't know, but I believe that the safest bet would be for us to bring back Mikayil Faye. Keep in mind that the reason why Mikayil Faye even left Barcelona in the first place is not because of his performance, it's mainly because we had registration issues and Barcelona needed to open the wage bill and we needed some income. That is the reason why Mikayil Faye left, and also because they said he's not going to be getting a lot of playing time because at that time they thought that Gerard Martin was going to be the alternative on the left back position. We also talked about how if he were to go into the center back position, Inigo Martinez is going to be there, Koparsi, Araujo, Christensen, there was just no way, which is why they did let him go. So it's not because of performance. Mikayil Faye still has a future with FC Barcelona, and I do think that him playing on the left back position would really solidify us at the back. So for the left back position, I don't believe that Barcelona should spend no money. Going on to the next one that you have mentioned, which is the right wing position. You did mention that without Lamine Yamal, Barcelona's attack does look dead, which is very true. Now, the reason why Lamine Yamal in our most previous game did not even feature was because he has gone through a grade 1 right ankle injury, and he's going to be out for approximately 2 to 3 weeks. I still think, like deep down inside, that this whole thing is just for the chess. It is just a tactical move from Barcelona and Hansi Flick. They just don't want to send Yamal into international break. They want to keep him, and I do think think that Lamine Yamal is going to be okay. Like, expect to hear some news that Yamal is okay in about a week from now. I think that all of this is just fluff so he doesn't have to travel to international duty. But yeah, Lamine Yamal is currently injured, and when we did not see him play against Real Sociedad, Barcelona's attack looked very flat, and it's concerning because are we really going to be relying on one player to give us the chances created on the field? Lamine Yamal has completed the most dribbles in La Liga in 2024 with 71 dribbles completed. He is the one that has the highest, biggest chances created in La Liga this season with 11 big chances created. He does share the #1 spot with Rafinha, and because of his absence, right, just to give you guys the difference between a Barcelona team without Yamal and with Yamal, Barcelona did end up scoreless for the first time under Hansi Flick against Real Sociedad. Also, Lewandowski held 0 shots in 90 minutes against the team, and so it was bad. Like, we were like, what the heck is going on? Yes, I do think that Barcelona do need a reinforcement on the right wing position, but does Barcelona need to go to the transfer market and spend money? I also am going to be taking the exact same approach I took with the left back position. Barcelona already have the other alternative. Yes, there has been talks about Barcelona maybe going for Salah or maybe Bernardo Silva, a player that Xavi Hernandez also wanted to reinforce the right wing position. But I believe that our answer is within the club, and that is Tony Fernandes. It says here, according to multiple sources, that Hansi Flick sees Tony Fernandes as the alternative to Lamine Yamal whenever he needs rest or is unavailable. Tony Fernandes is currently injured, and he's expected to return in 3 weeks. Once he is back, Hansi Flick could call him up to the first team. So let's all be very well aware of that. By the time we do come back from international break, there's a high chance that Tony Fernandes might get called up. It's also going to be depending whether Lamine Yamal is okay or not. Or maybe we could see Hansi Flick just say, Tony Fernandes, I need you to come no matter what. Even if Lamine Yamal is performing and he's healthy, I need you on the bench because I'm going to start rotating you with Lamine Yamal. Don't be surprised if we see that. And this is nothing new. 2 months ago, Hansi Flick also stated when Tony Fernandes first trained with us, he was still 15 years old. He has an excellent footballing base, and I am impressed by La Masia. I like what I see from La Masia players. When we need them, we call them up. Currently, we have Tony Fernandes and Gulli Fernandes with us. And so I do think that Barcelona do have another gem in their hands. Our alternative and our depth is going to come through Tony Fernandes, and Tony Fernandes is very similar to Lamine Yamal. I just do think that the difference between the two players is that Lamine Yamal has more experience, has more goal composure, which he recently just gained, and Tony Fernandes has the capability to play as an advanced playmaker, shadow a striker, very similar to Lamine Yamal. He has the offensive all-rounder capable of playing anywhere along the front line. He's a highly creative player who likes to be given a free role to roam in the final third, extremely elegant with the ball at his feet with a truly football technique, has high football IQ, a general understanding of the game. He's very unpredictable and a spectacular player, being able to make the difference with his dribbling, finishing, and passing skills at any time. So these are two very similar players, which is only a huge plus for Hansi Flick. And yes, I understand that maybe we might be asking for more experience in the attack, but that is where I believe Dani Olmo can step in and be the third alternative on the right wing position in case Barcelona ever do need that. Because remember, Dani Olmo can play in all 3 positions within the attack, on the right wing position as a central attacking midfielder and also as a left winger. So if there are games where we do need Pedri as the central attacking midfielder or we need Gavi as the central attacking midfielder, we can always push Dani Olmo to the right wing position and give us more depth in that area. So no, I don't think that Barcelona should be wasting any money on the left back position and also on the right back position. Now, going on to the last point that you did make, you spoke about Rafinha and his replacement on the left wing position and Lewandowski because he's getting older and we do need another reliable striker. This is where I do agree. I do think that this is exactly where Barcelona need to be spending money at. It is not the left back position. It is not the right wing position. It is not any of the midfield positions because we're fully covered with Bernal, Casado, Gavi, Pedri. It's good. We're done there. We're 100% ready for the next 10 years with those players. But as for the left wing position and the striker position, 2 players, right, Lewandowski and Rafinha, that we signed 3 years ago, we need to back up these players even more now. And if Barcelona want to be the most cost efficient with their money because of the Nike deal that Christian did propose, the most cost efficient, not the most efficient sportingly, but the most cost efficient would be for us to sign Nico Williams to reinforce the left wing position and be the backup to Rafinha, and sign Victor Gyökeres to be the backup or maybe as the main lead in the striker position, and Lewandowski takes the step down for the next 1 to 2 years. Nico Williams is going to be costing 58 million euros to bring him in, and then you have Gyökeres at around 65 million euros. It has been recently reported that there has been a full agreement from Sporting CP that they are okay with letting him go for 65 to 70 million euros. They're not willing to raise the price at all. They're not looking to say we want 130 million euros for the striker like Erling Haaland or something crazy like that. Sporting CP are actually being generous because his level is insane, and for 65 million euros it is a steal. It's only, like, if you really think about it, 7 to 8 million euros more than Nico Williams. So if Barcelona can sign Nico Williams for 58 and Gyökeres for 65, you're looking at spending 123 million euros in total for these two players. To put that into perspective, let's say that we want to be the most sporting efficient and just go for the best players in every position. So let's say that we go for Leão and Erling Haaland this summer and go for the statement signing route, right? Forget about being the most cost efficient. Leão is going to cost us around 85 million euros, while Erling Haaland is going to be costing around 110 million euros. That's almost 200 million euros spent compared to how much we could spend with Nico Williams and Gyökeres for around 120 to 130 million euros. We are going to be saving around 80 million euros in total between the solution of Nico Williams and Gyökeres and Erling Haaland and Leão. And trust me, this whole Gyökeres operation that Deco's a huge fan of, by the way, is going to be extremely easy. The sporting president of Sporting CP also claimed, I can't promise anything. If a club arrives and pays the release clause, if he wants to go, he will go. But I just don't think this will happen in January 2025. And so if Barcelona once again want to be the most cost efficient and be financially healthier and more well-rounded, this summer I do think that we should just bring in Mika Faye back, develop Tony Fernandes, which 1 year from today is going to be amazing for him, and have him reinforce the right wing position, and then be the most cost effective in the summer of 2025. Have Joan Laporta sign Nico Williams and Gyökeres, and now you do have a really strong team with many backups in place in every position on the field. Gyökeres, Lewandowski on the number 9 position, Nico Williams and Rafinha on the left wing position, Lamine Yamal and Tony Fernandes on the right wing position, and then in the midfield, you already know we have Bernal, Casado, Gavi, Pedri, Dani Olmo, the whole 9. We will be ready. And then on the fullback positions, we have Jules Koundé and Hector Fort. On the left side, you have Alejandro Balde and Mika Faye. And then in the center back positions, you have Inigo Martinez, Christensen, Araujo, Kubarsi. That is going to be one hell of a team. So hopefully this does answer your question. We'll see how this statement that I have made and this video that I did make does evolve over time, because things do change. We'll see who rises up, what players from the Masia make the unexpected arrival. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.